Oh, no. Let's keep it nice and civil. That's not a great thing, though, right? They would not have liked this next joke. Did you guys hear about the Israeli pedophile that the United States let off? Yeah. I know, you're like, which one? The head of Israeli cyber defense, or as I call it, Iron Chrome, got busted in Vegas for soliciting a minor online. Literally the one thing you can't do in Vegas. In Vegas, you can gamble your life savings, you can drink in public, you can smoke weed with your hooker, you can gun down a famous rapper, you can have a random Asian guy dangling from your car window. You've seen The Hangover, but you can steal a tiger from Mike Tyson, et cetera, but just stay away from the kids. Okay, you can literally bet on any number as long as it's higher than 18, is what I'm saying. It's like inverse blackjack. The police engaged in a sting operation and no music was made. That joke would have killed in the 80s. And in this operation, an undercover officer posed as a 15-year-old girl, which, let's face it, kind of a sweet gig, okay? And good for a cop, too, right? Same level of emotional intelligence. Yeah, totally. In the sting operation, 8 men were busted, including a pastor, shocking, and an Israeli official named Tom Alexandrovich, AKA Peeping Tom, who is the head of cybersecurity for Israel. Yeah. So clearly we found a security flaw. Iran, take notes. You want to get in? Just pose as a 15-year-old girl. The irony, too, is that Alexandrovich was in Vegas for a conference about hacking. And ironically, he got hacked. So clearly not very good at his job. He needs to go back to school. Oh, wait, actually, no. No. He's a high-ranking officer. He had meetings later that week with the NSA, probably to spy on us more. And then he got spied on by the highest level possible, Vegas PD. He even had meetings scheduled later that week with the FBI. But he met him earlier, apparently. So they caught him, they confronted him, and he was like, oh, I didn't know her age. And it said 15 on her profile. He's like, yeah, I can't read numbers. They're like, why are you in Vegas, buddy? You know? The profile clearly said 15, and he claims he thought it was 18. It's very unlike an Israeli to inflate the numbers. Usually they play them down. But is that not ironic? The head of Israeli cyber defense turns out to be a cyber predator? Actually not shocking at all. When you're familiar with how Israelis do self-defense, kind of predatorial, you know what I mean? In fact, we're lucky he didn't molest the whole hospital because he said Hamas was underneath it. So they busted him. He basically said, well, this has been nice, but I gotta get my flight back to Israel. And the local police were like, we don't know where that is. You're being detained. And then he's like, actually, I'm El Salvadorian. They're like, get out of our country. Just kidding. The police were like, where's El Salvador? And then he's like, I'm basically Mexican. They're like, get out of the country. So Alexandrovich was basically like, I need to make a phone call. Somebody let the officers know. They're like, yeah, you can let this guy go. So the question is, like, who did he call? Ghislaine Maxwell? Better Call Saul? You know what I mean? Like, he got off very quickly. That's not a great way to say it, but they let him out. Which is fucked up, because people are now saying, like, well, 7 other people got busted in that operation. Why do you just care about the Israeli? Because he's the only one who got away. The pastor's not going back to work on Tuesday. The messed up part is that national media is hardly even covering this story. Literally only local Vegas media, because, you know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Another messed up thing is like, this is not the first time this has happened. Many times, law enforcement has busted a person for pedophilia, and then someone from higher up says, you gotta let this person go back to Israel. So my thing is, if you're law enforcement or FBI, and you're complicit in this, and somebody tells you, you gotta let this pedophile go, and you just do it without resigning and sharing this story with the world, you never cared about the kids in the first place. You literally either give up the badge and get on Joe Rogan tomorrow, or you are literally part of the whole scheme. You know? So at that point, you're basically Ghislaine Maxwell with a body cam. And she probably did wear a body cam, actually. So you're just Ghislaine Maxwell. And this whole time, we saw what's happening in Gaza, and we thought that Israelis don't care about kids. But apparently, some love them. Like a bit too much, actually. A bit too much. Not your kids, our kids. America, America, America. America first. That's the oath of every Israeli pedophile. America first. So you're telling me that if a pedophile works for Israel, they have a get out of jail free card in America? Well, I guess we know what happened with Epstein. Sorry if that made you most sad. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. Are you guys okay? Is everything good? Is everything okay? What do you mean, sure? It's great? Awesome, okay. Well... Free Palestine, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Well, no, I'm keep talking. Well, let me breathe, okay? I have a couple of very unhappy-looking people in here. At 3:30 p.m. Okay? Yeah, it's almost sunset, guys. Perk up. On a Sunday, was that your excuse? What is that, the culture here? We just drink till we die on fucking Saturdays? Yeah! Yeah, pretty much it! Welcome to Australia, mate! I love how your guys' city names, you don't even like fully enunciate them. Because you have like Melbourne, but you're like Melbourne. You have Brisbane, you're like Brisbane. And you have Sydney, you're like Sydney. I'm going to Perth on Thursday, and I'm wondering if you guys just call it. Yeah, kinda. The other thing that's it's interesting about Australia is that the time difference from me to you, because I'm in California, so we're 7 hours ahead, but yesterday. That's why like there's this weird disconnect, because you guys are 7 hours behind me mentally, but already in tomorrow. That's why like I tell a joke and I'm like, they don't get it, but it's like you already heard it yesterday. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So yes. Anyways, great time to y'all. Hey, guys, my friends. If I can hear you, they can hear you even more, right? And so I think she was requesting that you guys. Oh no. Let's keep it nice and civil at 3:30. This is for the late show. But yeah, you guys are talking a bit much, so we're politely checking in. And if you need to guys have a conversation, feel free to go outside. Just want to make sure everything's okay. And good? Amazing. Yes. Amazing. Yes. Fantastic. Yes, probably what. Yeah, that's not a great thing though, right? What? What's that? It's not a great thing. No, it's not. Thank you. Yikes. That felt like my mom. Like, go on with your show thingy, whatever you call it. Man, you know, I always go to other countries and I'm like, dude, like, I'm a really nice guy, I'm a really cool guy. Like, why do they hate Americans so much? And then I see another American. All right, now let's take it 7 hours back. Let's get back till tomorrow, Sunday. Because it's still Saturday back where I'm from. They don't even know what's about to happen today. So, if you've been following me for more than 2 years, which I know most of you haven't, but maybe one or two of you have, you know that I literally talk about everything. I can make hexagons funny, okay? But right now, obviously, I'm fixated on one subject because I want this madness to end now. And so, that's where I am mentally. I have been talking about this situation for many years, and people do ask me, because I've been talking about it for a very long time, and people ask me, they're like, have you ever lost anything for talking about it? And the answer is, I don't know, because I never got those things anyways. And I think that it's really time to adjust this narrative that we say, if you speak up for Palestine, you'll be fired, you'll be suppressed, you'll lose your job, you'll lose your friends, you'll lose your family. These things are true. This has happened to people, but throw that narrative out the door and say, actually, if you speak up and do the right thing, good things will come for you, regardless of what you lose in the process. Okay? Because if you lose something, it didn't really matter that much in the first place, okay? For instance, I just got banned from a high school. Let me explain. I know some of you are like, more context, please. I got banned from a high school. All right. I got banned from a high school. They never went to high school.
I'm Jewish.
Okay, that's fine. There's nothing. But we were never talking about you. You know what I mean? How hard is it to be like, I'm not a pedophile. I don't support pedophiles. Therefore, this is not about me. Okay. Okay, so anyways, they would not have liked this next joke. like that whole bit that we did about the pedophiles, like that was like the mild one. And yeah, it's been an interesting show. We only lost 2 crowd members that I know of. What's that? Shout out to them. I thought you said send it to them, like send them the rest of the show. Be like, hey guys, I noticed you left a little early and you didn't see the rest of my set. Have you guys been to high school? I like how you guys took their seats so fast though. That was like, yeah, like I blinked at you guys were already there. Where are you guys from, by the way? Oh, you're from Yemen? Well, there you go. It's Yemen. Always the first to take action, aren't you? Yemenis, they see injustice, they see an opening, they're like, I'm gonna seize that. And she brought her Somali friend too, that's awesome, shout out. Shout out, Yemen, Somali, shout out. I love that. On the way out, she whispered into one of the servers' ears, she's like, I'm actually not Jewish. But it was awkward. It was like very awkward that happened. And then I was like, that's anti-Semitic. Here I thought, like I upset somebody because of like a religious association to an ethno-state, obviously. When it turns out she was just a dumb American taxpayer. And then the funny thing was they left, and then 2 Yemeni girls seized their seats immediately. Like, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. Yeah, so I call that story, All Is Well on the Red Sea. Hey, it's Samuel Bade. I'm running for president in 2036. Huh? Taxes have been the burden of this nation since the founding fathers, and I'll pour out some tea for that. Now, a good tax plan makes people happy, no matter what income they make. And that's why my plan is in 2036, you'll be able to choose your own income tax rate. And it goes a little something like this. This is what divides America. Some people hate taxes. Some people kind of hate taxes. How about you choose what you want to pay and you get the services you deserve? Right? This is what it should be like. So there will be a minimum. There has to be a minimum. 5%. That's the basic package. Like, you want to pay just 5% taxes? Fine. We'll make sure there's a road that goes to your house. It won't be a good road, but it'll be a road. You know what I mean? It'll be there. It's the basics. You call 911, they pick up. You know what I mean? It's the basics. You have a military, they don't protect you per se, but you know, it's 5%. It's a good deal. But you want to pay more, you get more. You want to pay 15%, everybody has to call you sir or ma'am, no matter where you go. And you can urinate in public anytime, anywhere. Free pass. I'll pay for that. Cop sees you like, hey, what are you doing there? I'm a 15%er. Sorry, sir, ma'am. Please proceed. Pee wherever you want. You want to pay 25% taxes? Your kids go straight to college. No high school. You're getting the value back on that one. You want to pay 35% taxes? Go to the zoo. Pick any animal you want. It's yours. You deserve a tiger in your backyard. You want to pay 45% taxes? Once a year, you can punch a DMV employee in the face. Pop! Just get your license. You're a 45%er. You want to pay 55% taxes? The American Dream package? Forget a car. You can have a tank. You can roll around town in a tank. And everybody has to call you daddy, no matter your gender. You ever been called daddy before? You know how good that feels? It feels like 55% of your income. Every time I get a paycheck and there's half missing, I'm like, I better be someone's daddy for this. I better be. It sounds awesome. Imagine getting pulled over by a cop in your tank. You know how fast you were going back there, daddy? I'm sorry, I don't. I didn't go to high school. I went straight to college. Excuse me, I gotta go pee on the road and check on my kangaroo. I'm living the American dream. So don't forget to vote for me in 18 years. Mark your calendar, November 4th, 2036. Because if anyone can fix taxes, it's Uncle Sam. Ah! Oh, I'll tell you what, never catch me candid camera drinking coffee.
When I first moved to LA, I got a job as a massage therapist, and it was a great job. It was very flexible. I could pick my own hours. I could book clients at times that worked for me. And everything was great. I was making good money. I was still able to do stand-up. I was able to go to auditions. And there was a sense of healing that I felt like I was doing to people. And then one day, I was massaging a client who I massaged a few times on a few occasions. And we're in the middle of the massage, then out of nowhere he stops me. And he's like, "Can we just skip to the jerking off?" I didn't know what to say, so I just left. And then when I left, I was my boss, who is also a massage therapist. He was sitting outside, and he goes, "What happened? You left the massage early." And I was like, "The guy inside asked me to jerk him off." So my boss looked at me with like a lot of like angst, and he was like, "I'll do it." He walks into the room. 3 minutes later, he exits, and he's sweating, and he's tired. So he has a rag in his hand, and he's like this, "Look, you gotta be a team player, brother." Like he just threw this rag over his shoulder, like he's a fucking mechanic at jerking people off. So I got a weird vibe. I left that same day. I was planning on quitting the next day. I show up to work again, and the next day the locks were all changed. And I couldn't open the door. And then I hear some footsteps, and And then the door opens and it's my boss, and he also has a rag over his shoulder, probably, you know, from today or that day. And he goes, "You don't work here anymore." And then he closed the door like the end of Godfather. Remember at the end of Godfather, like when, yeah. And that was my last day of working as a massage therapist. You gonna finish?
Hey everybody, it's me, Daniel! Now, most astrologers do Mercury retrograde blog posts right before retrograde, so that when something bad happens, you blame retrograde. It's a typical psychological trick used by frauds in my industry, and that's why people hate astrology and this scarf. But what if I showed you that events from this past retrograde are actually repeating patterns? Then maybe you'd want a scarf of your own. That's right, I'm going to show you a retro in retro. So every retrograde starts and ends with what's called a shadow period, when Mercury slows down in the sky. What does this mean scientifically? Celebrity deaths. This year in the shadow period, we lost Mary Tyler Moore, Don Rickles, Miguel Ferrer, John Hurt, and Tom Murphy! Yep, the darkness died in the shadow. Last year in the shadow, we lost Muhammad Ali, Gene Wilder, Alan Thicke, Doris Roberts, the legend Justice Scalia, and... I'm sorry, I can't pronounce this symbol. And further back in history, we have Joan Rivers, Paul Walker, Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, Bill Cosby's career, Abraham Lincoln, and...
I'm Rick James, bitch.
Now, I'm recording this video in a shadow on May 16th, and since then, these are the people who died. So the theory checks out. But the good news is, you don't have to be a celebrity to die in a shadow. In fact, if you know people who died, Google the year they died plus Mercury retrograde, and you'll see a strong correlation. And if you don't, it's because you don't know enough dead people. The shadow period can be a time of massive tragedy, like the Boston Marathon bombing, Sandy Hook, Columbine. Also worth mentioning, 9/11 happened inside a shadow. Talk about an inside job. The next phase of retro is called the storm. Here you'll actually have storms, like the tornadoes and floods that happen at the beginning of May. And some of the biggest storms in our history happen in the storm period, like Hurricane Katrina in August 2005 and Hurricane Sandy in October 2012. Now, not all storms happen in storm periods, but these are the celebrities of storms. Another characteristic of the storm period, bombs! On April 13th, we dropped the Moab, the biggest non-nuclear bomb in history. Just like the storm period of August 1945, when the biggest nuclear bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Yup, Fat Man, Little Boy, and the mother of all bombs. That's a whole nuclear family. Now, in the middle of retrograde, you'll have what I call classic retro. Here you'll have chaos, such as power outages, like the one in San Francisco on April 21st. And of course, the biggest power outage in history, India on July 30th, 2012, and Pakistan January 26th, 2015. All of this info is on the internet. What are you doing with your electricity? In classic retro, we get these WTF moments because everything is moving in reverse. Like on April 14th when Aaron Hernandez was found innocent of some murders that he pretty clearly committed. Sound familiar? Guess what? The O.J. Simpson verdict, October 3rd, 1995, also dead center of a retro. So if you kill someone and go to trial, try to schedule the verdict date for the middle of retrograde. You'll get away with murder. Or maybe not. Now, the scariest part of this last retro had to be the looming threat of nuclear war with North Korea, and we haven't had something as intense as this since the Cuban Missile Crisis. Wait, what's that? Also in a retrograde! As soon as Trump and Kim Jong-un go off on each other's hair, it's over. They both have weird hair. Now, astrologers always tell you don't sign any contracts during retrograde. But July 4th, 1776 was in a retrograde. And we turned out alright. Now, if you want to fact check any of the things that I've said today, you can email me at Daniel, that's 111 L's, at gmail, just 1L.com. Okay, bye, I'm Daniel.
Hey everyone, it's your favorite online astrologer, Daniel. Now, if you're still on the fence about who to vote for in the election, I'm going to help you out. Hillary Clinton. Scorpio! She just might be the first half-woman, half-scorpion president. And as we know, Scorpios are very secretive, often using private servers for their emails. This is an official chart I found on the internet. As you can see, I'm an Aquarius. We are 30% secretive, which is why I'm sharing this with you. Now, there has been one famous woman Scorpio ruler before Hillary, Her name was Marie Antoinette, Queen of France, wearing a very elegant pantsuit here. Whatever happened to her?
Oh, they cut her head off.
Okay. Donald J. Trump. And you know what the J stands for. Gemini. Yes, classic Gemini with the twin personality. Says one thing, then another. We're going to build a wall. We're not going to build a wall. Grab him by the pussy. No one respects women more than I do. He's two people. So the question is, which one do you want to vote for?
Neither.
Okay. Mike Pence, also a Gemini. So if you vote for the Trump-Pence ticket, you're voting for 4 candidates. Whoa. Gary Aleppo Johnson, Capricorn, guilty. He's super chill, man. Super chill. Even when it's not a good idea to be chill. Classic Capricorn president Richard Nixon, who ran in 1960 and just like Gary, sweat under pressure and lost the election with just one TV appearance. But unlike Gary, he was not high. Jill Stein, Taurus. Independent, stubborn, the bull gets mad when people make fun of her. Fortunately, I'm not a corporate comedian. I'm just an astrologer. Previous Taurus rulers include Hitler, who is also a vegetarian who liked to paint. So get out there and vote for one of these monsters. Now, America was born on the 4th of July, which makes us a Cancer, which is why we voted for Cancer George W. Bush twice. Now, America, being a Cancer, which is a water sign, tends to choose water signs, which is why Hillary picked running mate Tim Kaine, water sign Pisces, aka the fish. Now, we all know the best presidents were born in February, and guess what? So was I. So if you're not sure who to vote for this year, Daniel.
Okay. So I know it looks like I don't play any sports. I used to play sports. I played like soccer, basketball, ran track. I also played baseball. Baseball is not my favorite sport to play because it's too slow. There's a lot of pausing. It's not like dynamic the way other sports can be. It's a lot of pressure on one person, especially like the pitcher. All the attention is focused on the pitcher when he has the ball, or they have the ball. I was pitcher for my middle school team. We were terrible. I don't think we won a game for the 2 years I was on the team. Maybe one, maybe just one, but not more than that. I was pitcher. And the pressure often got to me. It was terrible. And but I could throw it fast and straight enough that it was like good enough for middle school. It was like 13 or 14, and that's all you need at that age. One of the other teams we played against had a girl on the team, and I was pitcher against her, and she came up to bat. And so when you're 13, your hormones are in your brain, and you're like a crazy person. You don't know which way, you never know what to do. So uncomfortable all the time. And my mind is racing. I'm going, okay, do I pitch it fast to her, like, and treat her like everybody else, but then everyone gets mad that I didn't take it easy on her? Or do I throw it real slow and like patronize her and like, but like people get mad at me for not treating her equally? I don't know what to do. I'm just standing there for so long, the umpire goes, okay kid, gotta get the game going, like let's play the baseball game. And so I have the ball in my hands, and then at the last like split second, I decide I'm gonna throw it slow, whatever, that's it. I mean, and I lob it towards her, and as soon as it leaves my hand, I know it's bad. Because when you pitch fast, it goes straight, but when you throw it slowly, like you don't have the same accuracy, and I lobbed it right at her, and it's going for her. And in my recollection, it takes probably 20-25 minutes for the ball to reach her, and she has so much time to move out of the way, but she turns her back, hits her square in the back, and just, oh my god, it was so embarrassing. The other team, of course, they're defensive of her. It's their teammates. They rush the field. They're like, they get up and they start saying, "Hey, what the hell, man? Why did you do that?" They could see that I clearly I was like, "I am so sorry. I didn't know what to do. I just panicked. I'm so sorry." So that's how I almost got beat up pitching too slowly.
Glad you made it,
Yeah, me too.
champ. My name is Sammy, but you can also call me Ricardo. That's my name in Spanish class. I still respond to it. If you're like Sammy, I'm like yes. Or like Ricardo, I'm like si. Either way. I'm Sammy in the streets, Ricardo in the calles, motherfucker. Come on now. Thank you so much. I can show you why vodka is good for you. There's like 100 proofs. Boom, everybody, come on. Not as hot as the first one. I've done every drug. The only drug I haven't tried is, she got it. She laughed at the right time. I know some of you are laughing because, oh, she's not laughing with you, she's laughing at you. No, she laughed at the right time. I commented that it didn't work. She noticed that I tried and that I acknowledged the failure, and she enjoyed that, so she laughed. And you laughed at her, when really you should be laughing at me, mother! Where's Ricardo? Thank you so much. As I was saying, I've done most drugs. The only drug I haven't tried is heroin, but I have had a poppy seed bagel. And let me tell you, if heroin is like a poppy seed bagel, toasted with a little bit of cream cheese, I'm all in, okay?
All right, this is about the time that I went to a traditional Turkish hammam. So, I was on vacation in Turkey and a little bit bored, so I was trying to figure out what to do. I look at the guidebook and it says you must go take a bath at a Turkish bathhouse. So I look them up and I decide to go to the most traditional one. Now, traditional means no girls allowed, boys only. So I go in there, and this is very traditional. They don't even speak English. They take my money, not sure how much it was, pretty sure I overpaid. They hand me a basket, they point at my clothes, they point at the basket. I know what this means, I'm a pro. This means take your clothes off, put them in the basket. I do exactly what they want, then they tell me to go through a couple doors. I go in, the room is empty, but it's beautiful, it's all marble. Slabs of marble everywhere. I'm improvising here, I just lay down on the marble. 5 minutes goes by, nothing. 10 minutes goes by, finally a man comes in. I go, this is the guy who's gonna bathe me. He looks me up and down, grabs me by the chest hair, and goes, "Hmm." He doesn't like what he sees. He leaves. I'm there by myself to think about what I've done. 5 minutes goes by, 10 minutes he comes back. He grabs my chest hair, and this time he's excited. He likes it, I'm ready. Now, the bathing begins. Now, I don't know what kind of bathing this is, but he turns me over, pushes the small of my back, and lifts my leg up super hard. I've never bent this way before, and I start screaming. Except, when I start screaming, he starts screaming. So now we're two men screaming in this Turkish bathhouse, just After this is over, he guides me to a fountain and just pushes me into the fountain. I fall down, I'm sitting there, and he pulls out a spout and starts spraying me. But not like wet hot American summer. This is like intense. The water is alternating hot and cold, but not alternating. It's going hot, cold, hot, hot, cold, cold, hot, cold, cold, hot, hot, cold. So you don't know what to expect. He's broken me psychologically. He takes a bar of soap, rubs my face with it, grabs me by the hair, takes a rag, and just starts scrubbing my face like my face is a dish. At this point, I'm destroyed completely, physically, and mentally. I'm his, he can do whatever he wants with me. He takes me into another room, sits me down on a chair, and towels me down, looks me into the face, and I go, he's gonna spit in my mouth, he's gonna punch me, he's gonna kick me in the balls, do whatever you're gonna do. He looks me in the face, and he begins to sing with the most beautiful, angelic voice. He must be a trained singer, and his voice is echoing off the marble walls, and the lyrics are in Turkish, but they sound beautiful. And I looked up the lyrics to that song later, and it's all about rebirth. And I truly believe that I was reborn that day.
I gave him the bath, guys.
This is my bather. Samuel Bather.
Coronavirus is making me racist. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want to be a racist person, but the survival instinct in me I boarded a plane last week, and I had to choose my seats because I fly Southwest. I only have 2 middle seats to choose from in the back of the plane. I'm in the C boarding group, which, if you know, that means I like to sleep in. I look to my right. There's 2 very large gentlemen. Normally, I would avoid that middle seat like the plague. However, I look to my left, and I see a woman who's presumably from China. I honestly don't know, and I'm not going to ask her, because that's even more racist. Are you Chinese? Have you been to Wuhan? Like, I'm not going to ask her these questions. Is that a Mandarin dialect? Is that Cantonese? Like, I'm not going to ask her, but it's like survival racism. I'm trying to, so I'm, looking for a minute, and I'm like, no, I'm going to go sit between these 2 Latino gentlemen and make myself a torta. I'm just going to go fit myself in this torta. And I felt bad because I was deliberating for a full minute, and she saw me. And she looked at me with those eyes seriously, you avoided me on this plane because of my race? And I just looked right back at her. I was like, welcome to the club. Allahu Akbar.
It's Valentine's Day! And whether you're single or not, I'm taking you on a date. Watching implies consent. On Valentine's Day, Americans spend close to $19 billion, or half of Jeff Bezos' divorce settlement. Ooh, love is expensive. $4 billion of this will be spent on jewelry, which is enough to ice the Migos for almost a whole week. That's right, I said the Migos. Currently, the average American spends $162 on Valentine's Day, which is probably more than you're gonna spend, you cheap ass. That's a great stat they put out. You're gonna have to put out. One study showed that men on average spend $339, while women only spend $64, which is just proof that men are $275 dumber. Should I spend $339 in exchange for $64 and some chocolate? That's an ROI of negative 81%. Sweet! Just proof that a man being in a relationship on Valentine's Day is a textbook bad investment. Now, women's V-Day ROI? 430%! Ding, ding, ding! Valentine's is like tax return day for women. Meanwhile, gay and lesbian couples break even. Now, 15% of partners plan to give gift cards, which may factor into this holiday's 40% spike in calls to divorce lawyers. And roughly 43 million Americans are expected to receive gifts they do not want this year. Oh, that's sweet. No, never mind. Which means $9.5 billion will be spent on singing telegrams and engagement rings. Speaking of gifts that nobody wants, every February 14th sees a 5% increase in baby conception, which is, not coincidentally, why it's also National Condom Day. Your heart's not the only thing you don't want to break. Now, about 30% of Americans say they will not be celebrating Valentine's Day this year, which is just proof that 1/3 of America is single, like me, and that's fine. It's totally fine. Before I go, one last heartwarming stat. On this special holiday, honoring romantic love, nearly $1 billion will be spent on gifts for pets, which is adorable because chocolate kills dogs. Happy Valentine's Day!
I be feeling like the man when I walk.
It's there's a serious thing going on in this country where there's people in this country who are pro-immigration, there's people who are against it. And especially here in California, we live so close to the border, and all sorts of people have opinions on the border wall. And I am going to talk about it for a brief moment. I asked all my Mexican-American friends, I said, what do you think about the border wall? I was actually very surprised. I collected data on this. A lot of my Mexican-American friends are for the wall. A lot are against it, and a lot are actually on the fence right now. I'm sorry. Is that offensive? Or just borderline? You tell me.
New Year's Eve 2011, my brother and I threw a fucking awesome party at my parents' house, because my parents still live in Toluca Lake and we have an amazing home. So We had thrown multiple parties at the house plenty of times before, and we had had a New Year's Eve party 2 years prior to that. So we were like 2011 going into 2012, we're gonna have an amazing party. So, we invited all of our closest friends, but those friends invited their closest friends. And then those friends invited their somewhat close friends. So there were a lot of people in our house, and at one point there had to have been at least 100. But it was cool because it was New Year's Eve, and Mom and Dad were at the club, and even though they knew we were throwing a party, they didn't know what kind of party this was turning into. So they got home a little bit after midnight, but before midnight, there were so many people. People were drinking, people were smoking outside. At one point, someone asked me if they could throw glitter at midnight, and I said yes. But then my brother got really mad because he had to vacuum it up. I digress. My parents got home, and my dad went upstairs to go to bed, but my mom stayed downstairs to continue partying with us. Next thing I know, a little time goes by, and I hear my dad screaming at the top of his lungs, chasing a girl and a guy down our staircase. And as he was chasing those people down the staircase, he yells out to the guy and says, "There better not be any cum stains in my carpet." And that's when I figured 2 people were having sex in my parents' bedroom. So, it got awkward, and there was a lot of yelling, and the party was shut down. So I remember getting really upset, and my mom was yelling at this girl, and oh, it was just weird and uncomfortable. So everyone started leaving, and then I started to bawl. I was crying like just profusively, and I remember my mom and my brother were in my brother's bedroom, and I walked into my brother's bedroom and said, "I'm ready to move out." And then I did. I moved into Santa Monica a month later. So New Year's Eve 2011 was the catalyst to me moving out of my parents' house into my own apartment. What a rager.
A few years ago, I thought I found my dream apartment. Lots of natural lighting, high ceilings, loft style. So I moved in thinking, oh, I'm so lucky. But no one warned me that the place had an infestation, like a legit roach infestation. And that was horrifying to me because I'm a neat freak. I didn't eat anywhere except the dining table. I didn't keep food out. So I was like, where is this coming from? It's not coming from me. Like, where is it coming from? About a week into living there, I get a knock at my door, and it is my downstairs neighbor. And I can tell he's off right away. And his first question is, do you want to swap apartments? No! I just moved in! Like, why would I want to do that? So I ask another neighbor about him. They're like, oh, that's the hoarder. He lives downstairs. His place is disgusting. Like, it's just stuffed with stuff. It's like, it's like one of those people on Hoarders. Like, he should have been on TV. His place is like Joe's apartment, just covered in roaches. Maybe he is like a bunch of roaches collected together in like a coat, like on Men in Black, like the little, I don't know. So, just out of sheer desperation, I start bringing him Raid and bug bombs and stuff, just hoping it would do something. Although, looking back, that's not going to do anything. You need a professional exterminator. I mean, really, you needed just, like, the SWAT team. I don't know. It was just bad. I went downstairs. I brought him Raid. He opened the door. He was butt naked. He tried to cover himself with the door, but I saw a ball swing out. He's very naked. I got a peek in his place. Filthy, disgusting. You can see the roaches. During the day, you can see the roaches running around. So, I gave him the stuff. Of course, it didn't work. Had to deal with this for a while. And one day, it just stopped. And I ran into my building manager, and I'm like, oh, I'm not having that issue anymore. And he's like, oh, well, your downstairs neighbor passed away. He died of a heart attack, and they found him in his place. My first question was, how'd they find him? No, that's wrong. But yeah, it's sad. I was sad to hear that he passed. His life ended. I would never say I'm happy that he passed, but the problem did stop, and I'm very happy the problem stopped because I still live there, and I don't want to share my place with this dude's roaches. Call me selfish, but I'm roach free. Wow.
What is your ideal goal with comics? I wonder, like, is there any way to merge like your passion for kind of like the mathematics and stuff, if you have that still?
Yeah.
With comedy into some kind of like a science show or?
So that's one of the things that I have in the works right now,
Cool.
and it's taking a while to pitch to the right people because a lot of people in the industry they either don't like math or they don't think the public will like math. But I tell them they're wrong because half of us are good at math. There's math people, there's language people.
Yeah.
So you're good at one or the other. So half of the world is gonna dig the math.
That's a big demo.
Yeah, it's a big demographic.
Right.
Whereas usually we pick other niche topics and like it's even less. So I'm telling you half of the world will like math. So I'm trying to sell it, and it's gonna take a while. Meanwhile, I do jokes with math in them and see how they work in the different parts of the country.
Oh yeah, you had his last Conan set. Fantastic.
Okay.
Like it's a lot of views on YouTube and stuff, but very well put together. Like
Well,
I've always admired your structure.
I don't mean to put
practiced
you
it here. I don't know if you
on
remember.
the spot. See, here's the thing. I'm horrific at math.
Yeah.
I cheated my entire way through school, all the way up in college. I never took a math test. I always had someone else take it for me, or I copied it. I can't even do long division. So if you want to try out something and see if it resonates with me.
Yes, I am also available for tutoring.
Okay. I've actually kind of given up. I'm like, that ship has sailed.
Okay, you want me to do a math joke?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm obsessed with math. I dated a girl for 2 years just because her birthday is March 14th.
Okay, I got
314 Pi Day, right? That's
uh-huh.
a math man's fetish, right? I saw that date. I went from parallel to perpendicular, if you know what I mean. I went from 0 to 90 real quick. And she didn't even like math either. She loved pot as much as I love math. Then I found out she was dating me because my birthday's 420. So it all came back around full circle. Get it circled because circumference equals pi times the D I gave her. Thank you so much. That's the math.
He worked a lot of concepts in there.
You got it. See, you got it. You got it all.
Yeah, and I fucking hate math, but I know pi. I know what a right angle. I know all that shit. I know what perpendicular and
You know what erection is, what D is. You know what I mean? It's very simple.
Okay, so you know what? You can even say, hey, I tried it on someone who knows nothing about math, and even they liked it.
I'm going to save this clip and show it to every industry
Please.
person.
I loved it. That fucking was hilarious.
Thank you so much.
Hey! Can you spare change?
I don't have any change on me right now, man. I'm
Come
sorry.
on, man. I am hungry.
Here, take this.
What's that?
It's pad thai, Thai noodle dish, man. You'll like it.
Oh, I know what pad thai is, man. I had it for lunch.
Really?
Makes me gassy.
Okay, here. Got a pound cake for you.
Oh,
Take
it's
that.
gluten-free?
No, it's regular. It's pound cake.
It's 2015. Guy like you not living gluten-free? How do you stay focused?
Okay, here, look. I got Beyonce's new album. Just bought it. Why don't you just have it? Take it, man.
Yeah, downloaded it this morning. Spotify Premium. Some of her better work.
You look like you could use a new coat. I'm gonna give you my coat.
I hope that thing's not made in China. Man, do you know what they're doing to our economy? I used to kill commies like you in Kuwait, homie.
Please, I'm trying to help you. Okay, come over to my house tonight. My fiance's making dinner.
I can't eat after dark. Trainer's orders.
We have a room you can stay in.
Claustrophobic.
Take my job.
I'm not some corporate pig. Look, you ever look in the mirror and you think you're staring at yourself, but then you realize that a reflection is really the opposite of yourself. Hey, could you spare change?
Hey, can you change a spade? Please?
Okay, look, here. What do you want? 100? 200? How much is a pound of PCP?
Actually, Cass is kind of a hassle right now. Do you roll Venmo?
I'm out of here.
Wait. I got an idea. He's got this.
Oh, really? The 6?
Well, I got it on pre-order. It's got a square. So if you got plastic.
Fine.
Remember, though, 10% comes right off the top for corporate.
Have a good day, man.
What, no tip?
Don't f you.
Honey, dinner's ready.
Yes, dear, I'll be right there. I'm just sorting the trash. Please. Please. Change the spread.
Show some love to Sammy Obey.
I graduated from college 4 years ago. I went to UC Berkeley.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, boy. All right. Double majored in that bitch. That's right. Got a degree in business administration and another degree in applied mathematics with concentration in probability theory, which is why I do comedy now. Naturally. What's the probability of that? And so sometimes people are like, well, hey, Sam, you know, you studied math. Why don't you talk about math in your act? I don't know, because I want people to like me. Math is like the most uncool shit, right? Like, math is so uncool, there's people out there who act like they have nothing to do with math to be cooler. You know, they're like, oh, math, I don't get that. Like, numbers, I can't even count, whatever. And that whole attitude, that whole attitude is insulting. It's insulting to half of the world, because if you really think about it, half of the world is good at math. Right? Half of the world is technically above the 50th percentile. You don't know what 50th percentile means, you're below it. You didn't get that, we weren't talking about you. It's a problem to me. This is my problem. See, I'm very textbook smart, but that's not helpful in the real world, as it turns out. I realized this, I was getting into a debate with my environmentalist friend, and I tried to bust out some textbook knowledge. My environmentalist friend was complaining, he's like, the polar bears have feelings too. The polar bears are just like people. When the ice caps melt, where are the polar bears gonna go? I was like, come on, man, if bears are just like people, I'm sure the polar bears will be okay, right? Well, no, because I figured they just take land from the grizzly bears, have the black bears do all the work, and have the panda bears build them railroads. Oh no, that's not racist, it's just a bear joke. There's no bears here. On my travels, I also went to the South. I had family in Texas, and I went to Georgia. I had family in Georgia, which is funny because as far as they trace their ancestry back, all they know is that they're from Georgia. We're just Georgian, as far as we know. And that's like the whole state is like, pretty much. And it's different down there. Like I was talking to this guy at a bar. He very openly told me, he's like, you know, Sammy, I think interracial dating is a sin. What do you think? Which is a scary question for me because I'm a person of mixed race. So how am I supposed to explain to this guy that I'm the devil? What am I supposed to agree with him? Like, yeah, man, total sin. Because whenever I date a girl, I make sure she's quarter Lebanese, quarter Syrian, quarter Palestinian, 1/8 Italian, 1/8 white from the state of Georgia. At which point I'm dating my sister. So to be against interracial dating, I have to be pro-incest. Starting to understand Southern culture. See, I've come to realize after my travels that America is really just like a group of siblings. The East Coast is the firstborn, the most mature, the most responsible, the old soul of the group, right? The South is like the middle child, slightly retarded,
Slightly racist, right? Always wants to be alone by itself. Come on, Lone Star State. Come on. Come on. You give it alcohol, it's loads of fun. Yeehaw, right? Come on. The West Coast, we're like the baby child, right? We get all the attention, everybody loves us. Spend all the money, mom and dad will take care of us. Yeah, that's the West Coast. Yeah. Puerto Rico's like the secret love child. Nobody knew about that, right? And Hawaii, adopted Asian baby. That's right. That's our family. That's our family. Some of you are like, what about Alaska? Yeah, what about Alaska? Let them be the dog, right? Follow us, Husky. Let's do this. I'm not a dog owner myself. I just like to watch, you know. I went for a walk recently and weird thing happened. A dog ran right into my leg, just bolted into my leg and then ricocheted off it. Just boom! So weird, right? Because dogs are usually so well coordinated. I was just weirded out. I looked at the owner. I was like, what the hell is going on with your dog? The owner was like, I'm sorry, my dog is blind. I'm glad you laughed because I did too. I was like, your dog is blind. Oh, so you're like a seeing eye human. Oh, whoa. You're doing a bad job. That's like a seeing eye dog leading his blind guy to other dogs. Getting mad about it. You're a horrible seeing eye human. Probably a drug sniffing human as far as I'm concerned. The dog's better off getting a cane. People often tell me I have the face of a comedian, which is, I don't know if that's a compliment or not. I think it's interesting that people actually comment on other people's faces, like we do that in our culture. That's someone else's face. It's their permanent property. Why would you? Like, people always comment to me like, Sammy, you look tired, bro. You got those rings under your eyes. Have you not slept in weeks? I'm like, it's called being Middle Eastern. You look like this all the time. It's very simple. Middle Easterners just look like sleep-deprived Mexicans. That's all it is. That's the rule of thumb. It's true. Go out. Do a comparison. I think it's interesting. A lot of people here in America don't know the difference between the Middle Eastern cultures. Like, I was filling out an application for a job where you have to put your race on the application, and there was no option for Middle Eastern. So I just didn't fill it out. And I turned to the lady collecting them. She's like, why didn't you fill it out? I was like, there's no option for my ethnicity. She's like, no, oh, look right here, Indian. You're one of those people. You can't just pick any brown person and call us Indian. You're not Columbus. 200 years from now, she'll be like, oh my God, he's not from India. He's Native Arabian. Which is true, like I said, I'm actually part Palestinian. I don't tell people I'm Palestinian usually because a lot of people here in America don't even know what that means. Which makes sense, there's only a few famous Palestinians, right? Just Yasser Arafat and Jesus. But like, they're both gone, you know? Palestine no longer a country, it's still a culture though, right? Right? Which is interesting, I went to a Palestinian restaurant. It's like, you can have a restaurant, but not a country, right? But it made sense when I got in there though. There's a bowl of rocks used to throw to get the server's attention. Finally the food is brought to you by activists on a flotilla. And then sometimes it gets intercepted by the guy at the kosher deli next door. And I'm like, oh, that's authentic. People always ask me, like, how do you write a joke? They write themselves. Life has written me some of the best jokes I could ever ask for. You know, like the first time I ever got a flat tire on the road, I was in my car, I was panicking. I didn't know what to do. I had a spare tire. I didn't know how to change the spare. And it was unfortunate because I was panicking in my car, and I pulled over
right in front of where a homeless man was standing. So I was looking at him for help. He was looking at me for help. We both didn't know what to do. Just confused. He's like, spare change? I'm like, change is spare? Hey everybody, welcome to Jokes for Sale. I'm Samuel Bate. Here's my guest, Paul Delia. Okay, now people often ask me, Paul, what do you do with jokes that you want to retire?
Well, what do you tell them?
I tell them I want to sell them.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe somebody's looking for a joke to buy for a dinner party or impress one of their upcoming dates.
Yeah, I like the little shimmy when you said date.
Yeah, because that's what a date is, right? You got to show them that you're funny.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm going to sell you the legal rights to my jokes. Paul's going to sell a joke too. I got my lawyer here to make sure all the legal issues are taken care of. So let's get this started. Intern Benita, please bring out the first joke. Thank you so much, Benita. Okay. So this one's very sentimental to me. I wrote it in 2008 during the recession.
Oh man, that's
So it's about my dad. My dad is a gynecologist, but he also works at Noah's Bagels. You should try my pap schmear.
Wow, that is really funny. Sam.
$5 for that joke, and if you call now, you'll get this free schmear, half-eaten, from my fridge. It expired in February 17th, but the sentimental value is still there. Now, this is a great joke to tell if you're a guy on a date with a girl, you want to impress her and show that you're into women's issues. Pap schmear, it's a solid way.
Yeah, it's a great way to get some head, saying a joke like that.
All right, Paul, let's do our second joke. Thank you, Benita. Thank you, Benita. This is a great one, Paul, to tell if you are at a dinner party. It really shows that you have artistic taste. I prefer the original Black Keys. Alicia.
You're just giving them away, Sammy.
This one comes with the keys to my house, actually. You get a free LA Fitness pass. You can use it for a week until I report it stolen. Also, if you call within the next 15 minutes, we'll give you Alicia Keys' 2001 album, Songs in A Minor. Wait!
Make sure she's legal.
Sammy, I actually brought my own joke.
Fantastic.
I did.
3 years of vocal training.
So, what's the joke, Paul?
So the joke that I brought is, I had a dog growing up, and my dog was actually an Arab.
You don't say.
Yeah, and my dog would bark like this. Bark, 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 bro, bark.
That is incredible. That is, oh my, how much are you selling that for?
I'm selling that joke for $9.
$9!
$9, and you know what? I'm in a giving mood. If you buy that joke now, it comes with this free Canadian whiskey.
Wow, I get it, because maple syrup comes from tree bark, right? Wow, that is amazing. So the Arab dog joke for $9 only. This is a great one to tell on the airplanes. So, Paul.
Wait! I've got a joke.
Okay, sure, Richie.
My ex-wife was Persian, you know. When she left me, she really pulled the rug out from under me. You don't want any money for that.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Jokes for Sale. Thank you, Paul, for being our guest today.
Yeah, thanks, Andy.
Great. So if you like any of the jokes we mentioned, please comment in the comment section. Just tell us which joke you want. Our lawyer will take care of all the fine print.
Get out!
What?
Get out! Out!
Bark.
I miss the 90s. You remember the 90s, man? What a great era. Everybody agrees. It was just a great, I mean, the mid-90s especially, like right when the internet was just coming out, but it hadn't ruined our lives yet. Yeah. The economy was booming. Grunge was raging. Tupac and Biggie were still alive. Bill Clinton was in office, just getting his dick sucked. What better metaphor for the good life than our commander-in-chief getting O's in the OO. He's getting orgasms in the Oval Office. That's a 000 score on Sonic the Hedgehog. The 90s were amazing. But there was something really critical about that era, and a lot of jokes have been made about the Monica Lewinsky scandal, but nobody's ever pointed out the most flagrant detail. I'm going to share with you all right now. That is the timeline, okay? See, Bill Clinton was getting his dick sucked by Monica Lewinsky from November 1995 to March 1997. Okay, not the whole time. He went home in between, took a break, made sandwiches, regenerated. He's not Superman. Repeat those dates again. November 1995 to March 1997. Do those dates sound shockingly familiar to you? They should, because that is the exact, to a T, exact same time frame as the East Coast, West Coast, Tupac, Biggie Smalls rivalries. That's usually where I walk off stage and just leave forever. But I'll elaborate. November 1995, the shots were first fired. Tupac starts speaking out against Biggie. The war is waged. Right? Everything comes to a climax in 96, right before the election when Tupac dies. Finally, everything comes laid to rest when Biggie Smalls dies in March 1997. That whole exact time, Bill Clinton was in the Oval Office getting his dick sucked. Or so he wants you to think. I sometimes leave there as well. But I'll go ahead and I'll explain. He created the perfect alibi, okay? How could two seemingly unrelated events share the exact same timeline? The biggest sex scandal in our history and America's second civil war? I don't think so. No. He had the motive. They were stealing a spotlight right before the election. He had the support. Who is his support? Suge Knight. Why is Suge in jail right now? Because there's another Clinton election going on. They can't have the secrets being leaked. That's what's in the emails. That's what's in the emails. Al Gore knew about the whole damn thing. That's why he created global warming. It was a distraction to keep people's minds away. Monica Lewinsky is not a real person. That's Tipper Gore in a wig. Get your head in the game. That shit could have never happened. Case in point, how did Hillary forgive Bill? She's a Scorpio. They never forget. And if you don't know, now you know.